from the enemy. But here's the thing. While one piece of onboard tech was saving their lives, another, seemingly simple piece of equipment was about to cause an absolute catastrophe. Let's talk about the toilet.
So, you might be asking yourself, why in the world would you need a complicated toilet? Well, it all comes down to survival. See, the older U-boats could only get rid of waste when they were near the surface, where the water pressure wasn't so intense. But by this point in the war, coming to the surface for any reason was basically a death sentence. So this new, high-tech toilet was designed to work deep underwater, letting the U-boat stay hidden.
And just look at this thing. It's a crazy maze of pipes and valves. In fact, we know from historical records that this thing was so complicated that crew members had to get special training just to operate it. This was not your average toilet, that's for sure.
Using it was this really careful, multi-step process. First, the waste went through a few different chambers. Then, it got sealed in a pressurized airlock before a blast of compressed air shot it out into the ocean. But, and this is a big but, if you messed up that sequence, if you opened the wrong valve at the wrong time, well, the ocean was going to come right back at you. And on April 14, 1945, while cruising 200 feet below the surface, the crew of U-1206 found out just how catastrophic that one little mistake could be.
Somebody messed up. A valve was opened in the wrong order, and instead of waste going out, a high-pressure jet of freezing cold North Sea water came blasting back in.
And this is where a really bad design flaw turns a big problem into an absolute disaster. The flood of seawater poured straight down into the compartment right below the toilet, which, you guessed it, happened to be where the sub's gigantic bank of batteries was stored.
So, what happens when you mix salt water with battery acid and electricity? You get a chemical reaction from hell called electrolysis. The electricity